So you heard what PA announcer Sam Gelfand said. Reese Gutierrez, the junior, steps up. Got a 214 batting average, and he flew out to Ty Marsh over in center field last time out. Kennard's first pitch is in there. As the outside part of the plate, both to righties and lefties, is open. Sometimes you see with umpires, they like one side of the plate over the other, and sometimes it's a concept inside or outside to a particular hitter. And with this umpire, it seems to be the latter. That outside part of the plate has been working well for all hitters, as that one sliced down the right field line, and it's out of play. North Broward parking lot slightly at risk. But in any event, Kennard is way ahead in the count 0-2, and he's got an escape hatch to this jam. It was first and second with one out, but now he is facing down the barrel of getting out of this with a strikeout here of Gutierrez. Kennard delivers, and that one is in there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the North Broward Preparatory School here in Coconut Creek, Florida. Chase McBean stepping up to start off the bottom of the third for North Broward. Unfortunately, in the last half inning, Kennard's perfect 2 innings broken up as McBean hits one high to left field. Kind of shallow, though. Finds it and comes down to the catch, bringing up the man we were just talking about in the previous sentence, Raul Kennard.
Now batting, number 12, Raul Kennard.
Kennard got 6 up and 6 down to start this game out, broken up by a hit, the first batter of the third inning. Something I've noticed is that the uniforms of Boca Raton are exactly the same color as our outfield fence. They're kind of camouflaged in this ballpark tonight. Pitcher hurls and Kennard hits on the ground towards a shortstop. Picks it up, fires it over to first, and is going to be in time. Kennard can't beat it out, bringing up Hellman.
Stepping up to bat, number 22, Jerry Hellman.
And I apologize.
Aaron Kleintop likes to work quickly. This is certainly in his favor.
I apologize for not being on the air the past 2 outs I had to deal. We're dealing with a lot of things here. There was a scoring change, actually. A Xavier Edwards hit in the second inning has now been ruled a hit after it went under the shortstop Gutierrez's glove. He never actually touched it. So it is a hit, so I had to deal with that. I changed the score bug for you folks to properly reflect what inning it is. I had to change to make sure our mics were doing okay. We're dealing with a lot of stuff here, Sam, but we're very glad to be bringing to you North Broward baseball.
Absolutely. 2-0 now to Jared Hellman. Yeah, it seems that Boca Raton High is kind of camouflaged against our outfield fence.
I think the big, bright yellow numbers, though, sort of give them away.
You know, I was in the supermarket the other day. I saw a woman with a camouflage hoodie, but neon green tights. And I'm thinking, do you want
No,
to be seen or not?
that's just counterproductive, Sam. That defeats the very idea of camouflage.
Do they want to be seen or do they not want to be seen?
I'm going with not. At least I would not if I was wearing neon green, but that's just me.
Fires it inside for a strike. 3-2 now, 2 outs, working quickly. Kleintop finally finding a rhythm in this game. And here's the 3-2. Hits it on the ground towards the shortstop. Hellman hustling. Throws on the run, and he's going to get him. That's a very quick bottom of the third inning. We'll be right back with the top of the fourth right after this. Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. Nick Kutcher will lead things off. He struck out, I believe, in his last at-bat. You've got the scorebook, Ben. You can correct me.
Hold on, Nick Kutcher. Fly out to left field. You were close.
Well, someone struck out. As the first batter of the game struck out, Brendan Hughes, as he takes that one for a ball, 1-0. That was close enough.
He did make it out. There you go.
So it was a fly out to 7 if you're keeping score at home. Kennard fires, and it's high 2-0.
If you're keeping score at home, you are a very dedicated fan.
Incredibly dedicated. Speaking of dedicated fans, our trivia question for tonight as Kennard sets up, hurls, and it's low for ball 3, 3-0. We asked you earlier in the game, Christy Mathewson, New York Giants ace, invented the screwball. What did he call it when he first invented it? And Ted Curtis came to us on Twitter with the correct answer, a fadeaway. As Kutcher looks for the first strike, 3-1. He called it his fadeaway pitch. Christy Mathewson, a Hall of Famer, career unfortunately cut short by service in World War I. Unfortunately passed at a young age from exposure to mustard gas. As Nick Kutcher gets on the base pass with a walk, and that'll bring up Jack Ronan.
Now betting number 25, Jack Ronan.
I'm trying to think, and this is very unlike me. Was Mathewson among the first 5 into the Hall of Fame?
I believe he was.
I believe so, too. There were 2 pitchers, and I believe he was one of them, along with
I know for a fact
with
that
Johnson.
Then 3 of the first class of the Hall of Fame were Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, and Walter Johnson.
And Ty Cobb and Christy Mathewson.
Ty Cobb and Christy Mathewson.
That's the
There
5.
we go. Kennard deals, and he's going to hit that one behind the bleachers. 0-1. A little fun fact for you viewers at home. Honus Wagner actually got into the Hall of Fame with a higher percentage of votes than Babe Ruth.
And Ty Cobb got into a higher one than either of them. That is why, when displayed at Cooperstown, he is in the center.
And the first baseman gets under the center of that ball. Jared Hellman makes the catch.
That'll
bring up number 8.
That's a good segue, Sam.
Thank you.
Now betting number 8, Austin Dilbert.
You know, for the first time last week, I wrote a segue.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I don't even want to know how it was. What? Yes, I do. How was it?
At my other gig, working PA for Miami-Dade College, I was talking to a security guard there who was on a Segway. Let me try it out. I have horrible balance. I wasn't aware there's no throttle on a Segway. You lean forward to move forward, you lean back to lean back. So since I have horrible balance, I was just rocking back and forth for a solid minute trying to regain my composure. As Dilbert finds his and drives it way back to center field and over the center fielder's head. One run's going to score, and Dilbert's going to hold up for a double.
Now batting, number 22, Andrew Capeller.
So now it's 4-1. And yes, I was just rocking back and forth for about a minute trying to regain my composure, which I never did. I didn't actually go anywhere because I said, you know what, if I try to go anywhere, I'm just going to fall flat on my face. So now Capeller is going to step into the box. Kennard looks at the runner on second. Fires a breaking ball high, 1-0 now. Capeller batting .263. 3 RBIs, 3 stolen bases on the year. The coach of the Boca Bobcats, Alex Pepe, loves to use that small ball, stolen bases, the speed of his players. And look at the speed on that fastball from Raul Kennard. 1-1 now. Got right by Capeller. He's going to step back into the box. As I said, there's a runner on second, only 1 out. Kennard looks at him, and here's the 1-1. High and inside. Going to find a ball, 2-1. Steps back into the box. Looks for something. He's not going to find it on that pitch. Inside, a pitcher's pitch, making it 2-2. Call it a pitcher's pitch for a reason. That was inside. Even if he did swing at it, even if he made contact, there's nothing he could have done with it. Would have been a bloop single right back to the pitcher, if anything. Maybe down on the third base line to see as a righty. Makes contact there, though, up the middle past the shortstop, Edwards. 1 run's going to come in as the center fielder bobbles it. He's going to be held up at first. And now it's 4-2. The Bobcats starting to mount a comeback.
Stepping up to bat, number 17, Cade Tierney.
Tierney is going to step in. My color commentator, Benjamin Curtis, has stepped away from the booth for a brief moment, so your score bug is unfortunately not going to be reflected. Same with the scoreboard. Kennard looks for a pickoff attempt. Doesn't get it. I'm going to try and figure out this scoreboard. I believe it is visitor score by inning, +1, enter. I got an error message. I was incorrect. Kennard looks at the non-existent runner on second, as there's only 1 on first. The pitch is inside. That's a ball. Still just 1 out. Kennard sets up. Runner on first taking a bit of a lead. Finds the strike zone on that one. That was low. Fooled me, certainly. I thought that was going to be called a ball. Okay, so maybe we have to inning 4. Yes, that's correct. Oh, it does say 4-2. Oh, well, I did something correct somewhere along the way. But that one's fouled off. 1-2 now. Hey, I gotta figure that it's gotta be entertaining listening to me flounder with a scoreboard. After all, I do PA and play-by-play. Scoreboard usually not my territory. Tierney gets back in the box. Here comes the 1-2. That's high, making it 2-2. Tierney, number 17, is batting .125 with 1 RBI. on the year have to be imagining that Boca Raton keeps him around for his defensive capabilities.